street. But you got to accept what thus said the Lord.
Yes, sir.
For my last and final point, I talked about the people of the text. The word begins it, the sharer brings it, and the believer of the word should self-evaluate. I talked about the place of the text. Physically, it's the throne of David. But spiritually, it is the throne of God.
Yes.
But lastly, let's talk about the purpose of the text. The purpose of the text is to show us our relationship to the Word of God.
All right.
I'm reminded of a story. And this is a true story. I was sitting in an old station wagon in the driveway of my house, not mine, but my mother's house. And I was sitting in the back seat while my mother and her best friend was having a conversation. And my mother's best friend used Vicks when she had a cold. And by that time I was a teenager and could read pretty well. And everybody knows on the outside of a Vicks bottle it says for external use only. Right?
Yeah.
Not for internal use. What my godmother said, she said, I take a little, swallow it, and put it up in my nose, and it's for external use only. I just suggest that's the way we treat the Word of God. We say it's external.
My Lord.
But we need to switch it because it's not for external use. We love to have the Vicks on the outside. You can smell it on our hands because you can see it on our desk at work. It smells good on the outside. We got it on our nose, all on our chest. Vicks down. But it's not where it needs to be. This, the Word of God, how to receive it, is not external. It does no good if you keep it on the outer parts of your heart. The Word does no good if you keep it outside the realm of your life. The Word will do you no good if you keep it on your neighbor and your children.
Yes, sir.
But where the Word needs to be, it is internal. Because the Word is an internal medicine. It does no good on the outside. How can it change your heart if it's only on the outside? How can it change your walk if it's only on the outside? And how can you be helped if you don't have the Word internally? But here it is. I need you to know that even David said, thy word have I hid in my heart. Notice he didn't say I rubbed it on the outside of my heart. He said I hid it on the inside of my heart, that I might not sin against thee. And you want to know why many of us are weak in our faith? It's because we've been using something in the wrong way. It tells us to use it internally. But what we have been doing is using it externally and wondering why there's no change in our lives. I dare suggest that we need to internalize the Word of God instead of externalize the Word of God. And what I would suggest is if you start taking it internally, there will be another type of change that will happen in your life. Now, I want you to know, yes, if you have the Word on the inside, it will begin to make an external change on the outside. If you have the Word on the inside, I want you to know it will change the outside. And that's why the old people used to say, back in the country, I look down at my feet and they look new. And I look down at my hands and they did too. It's not because God has given them a new hand, and it's not because God has given them new feet. It's because their feet don't run to the sin they used to run, and their hands don't do what they used to do. Now they're working on the plow for Jesus, and I dare suggest if you continue to take this internal medication, what will happen is there will be an external change in your life. But if you fail to take in the medication, how can the medicine do you any good? If you have a cough and you don't take Vicks, how is your cough going to stop? If you have a fever and you don't take Tylenol, how is the fever going to be broken? Well, that's the same way we need to look at the Word of God. If I don't get it on the inside, how is it going to change my viewpoint on the outside? If I don't get it on the inside, how is it going to change on the outside? But I want you to know and understand, if you take this medicine we call the Word of God, if you take this medicine that's found in the Bible, if you take this medicine that God has given, I want you to know and understand there will be not only an internal and an external change, but there'll be an eternal change because you won't be here forever. If you have the inside, if you have the Word on the inside, there will not only be an internal change and an external change, but there'll be an eternal change. And that eternal change means you change locations. That eternal change means that you change on the inside and outside, but when you die, you go to a better place. If you have that eternal change, that walls made of jasper. If you have that eternal change, the streets made of gold. If you have that eternal change, I want you to know God will bless you. But as I hurry on to its close, I want you to know if you are a child of the King, don't despise chastisement and don't despise the Word, because the Lord loves those he chastises. The Lord loves those he has given a whooping. The Lord loves those who are going astray. And if the Word causes you to feel some pain, don't get discouraged, because it's the Lord changing you from the outside and trying to change you on the inside. And that's why Hebrews 12:6 says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chastens and scourges every son whom he receiveth. And if you are a child of God, you need to give him some glory, because he loves you so much that he sent his own son up a hill called Calvary, hung, bled, and died. But early Sunday morning, he got up with all